All right, so modeling and problem solving with quadratics. Basically, you take a word question, you turn it into an equation, and then you find either x-intercepts, y-intercepts, or turning points to solve the problem. That's the nutshell. It is quite difficult to jump into, so I'm just going to jump into questions and do them, and you can check your answers or watch how I do those. All right, so first question here is about a farmer. A farmer has 60 meters of fencing with which to construct 3 sides of a rectangular yard. So this length plus this length plus this length is going to be 60 meters. If the width of the yard is x and the area inside is a, write down the rule connecting a and x. All right, so basically we need to know that area is always equal to length times width. Now, in this case, we know that the width is x. So I'll just write x there. Now, let's think about what the length is. If that's x, then this is also x. And if that's x and that's x, this must be 60, because 60 is the total, 60 minus x, which is 60 minus 2x. So the length of this thing is 60 minus 2x, and we're multiplying it by the width, which is x. All right, so I've done question A, that is write down the rule connecting a and x. Sketch the graph of a against x. All right, so I'll just rewrite this in a slightly different way. A equals, use my distributive law, 60 times x is 60x, and negative 2x times x is negative 2x squared. So now I have negative 2x squared plus 60x. Now, it says sketch the graph of a against x. You can sketch this using your, you already know how to sketch equations, so I'm going to use my calculator to sketch this. So I've got my calculator open, I'm going to go into graph mode, this one here. Now that I'm in graph mode, I'm just going to let the a be y, because that's what your calculator deals with. So y equals negative 2, and use this x over here, squared plus 60x. And I'm going to draw it. And you can see it's not really doing much of a good job here, so I'm just going to use the F2 button, which is the zoom button, and I'm just going to ask it to do an auto zoom. Hopefully that gives us a better one. All right, that's decent, but it's still going way off the side here. So I'm just going to click my zoom button here again. I'm just going to press out, zoom out. And when you press zoom out, you've just got to move your cursor to sort of where you want the center of the screen to be, somewhere over here, let's say, and then press execute. It'll zoom out for you. That's pretty good. I might just arrow across a little bit. Okay, that's a really good view window. I could jump into view window and set my Y minimum, my Y maximum a little bit differently. Say 800. Draw that. All right, that's a really good one. All right, finally, determine the maximum area that can be formed for the yard. Now, I don't really need to sketch it to figure out the maximum area. I just need to know what that turning point is. And to find the turning point equals negative b over 2a. So the b value here is negative 60, or is 60, so negative 60 over 2 times negative 2. So negative 60 divided by negative 4, that looks like it's going to be 15. Now be careful, that's the turning point. So when x equals 15, that's going to be the turning point here. But that's not the maximum area. We need to put x equals 15 back into our original equation to find the maximum area. Sub x equals 15 into, we'll call it equation 1. Okay, so a equals negative 2 times 15 squared plus 60 times 15. And type it into your calculator. The other way we can do it, and I'll do it here, is to G-solve it and click the max button. And if I type that into my calculator, I should get a y value of 450, which looks about right. All right, so that's the max area of my yard.